Okay, I just want to tell you about a drink that I have on most nights of the week, usually, sometimes during the day. And that is simple. It's apple cider vinegar, water, and honey. For apple cider vinegar, I use Bragg's. That's this here. I don't know how the lighting is over here. Probably not too good. I use that for the apple cider vinegar. It's organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, which is important that it's unfiltered. It has the mother in the bottom, which is the little sediment that collects. Just shake it up before you use it, and that's where all the good stuff is. Honey, if you can't find a local honey, a homemade honey, somebody in your area that makes honey and jars it themselves without over processing it, I found this honey that I enjoy. It's from the Ambrosia Honey Company. It's pretty good. Probably one of the best manufactured honeys that I've tasted. And this also says raw and unfiltered. And that's what you want, is, you want all the good stuff in there. You want to see bits of bee legs and wings and, chunks of pollen and other things floating around in the honey. And they say on the bottle here that they don't overheat it, they don't boil the honey. The honey should never be above a boiling temperature. It should, just be liquid, basically. If it hardens up, which honey does do, warm it up with, warm water, dipping in warm water. If you microwave it, that'll tend to boil it. Boiling is cooking. Cooking kills all the good stuff that's in the honey. So that's what I use. I've been avoiding the honey bear honeys, a lot of the store honeys, just because I read an article saying that most of the honey in grocery markets, I think it was up to 70% of it doesn't contain honey, or also contains high fructose corn syrup, even though the honey company doesn't say that. So even though it says pure honey, it's not always pure honey, I guess. Studies show. But anyway, apple cider vinegar, Bragg's is what I use. I've my attempt to make my own apple cider vinegar here soon. But raw unfiltered honey, whatever you can find. Local honey is great because, especially if you have allergies, it'll contain pollens of the flowers and everything in your area that you might be allergic to, and it's supposed to help your allergies. Honey is one of those superfoods. It doesn't go bad. It changes state. It'll turn hard, but it's still edible. So those two combined makes a good drink for weight loss, high cholesterol, pretty much you name it. I read a book called Vermont Folk Medicine a number of years ago, and I was expecting all kinds of crazy remedies, old-timey remedies, herbal things and all kinds of stuff. And everything in that book, every remedy in that book contained apple cider vinegar, honey, or both. So, I read that probably close to 10 years ago, and unfortunately I can't find it anymore because I'd like to peruse it again. I may purchase it, look on Amazon for it. But he gave everything in there from, drinking a mixture of this drink for a pregnant woman, every day, during her pregnancy, where the child will come out with, full head of hair and long fingernails and super healthy. Also, he talked about a story. This book was written, don't quote me, I want to say in the 20s or 30s. But he told a story where he and his family went to his neighbor's house for dinner, and excuse me, the food the neighbors cooked gave everybody food poisoning except for him, that drank the apple cider vinegar before he went over there. So supposedly the vinegar killed all the bad stuff in the food, in his stomach, making him remain healthy while everybody else was sick. This guy was a doctor, and I do not remember his name that wrote it. That's Vermont Folk Medicine, I do believe. But anyway, all kinds of good stuff apple cider vinegar does. If I get like a bit of a flu or upset stomach, I'll take the vinegar straight. It helps settle my stomach. It's also supposed to be good for acid reflux, you know, to hold back the acid reflux, because a lot of times acid reflux isn't an abundance of acid, it's missing acid. It's not your stomach's not producing enough stomach acid, and this will help adding the vinegar to it, which sounds backwards, but you know, that's how it goes. Also, apple cider vinegar is good for pets, to bathe your animals in the vinegar, or I add the apple cider vinegar to my dog's water, and it keeps down fleas, makes her skin and coat healthier, all that, you know. So look into it. There's way more things that apple cider vinegar and honey are good for, other than what I just said. Apple cider vinegar, honey. I try to use distilled water or spring water or some sort of water that's not too build up with chemicals like city water is. Why? Well, because I try to avoid drinking city water as much as possible, because they do put fluoride in it and chlorine and who knows what else in the city water. The distilled water has no dissolved minerals inside the water, where spring water does have a certain amount, and so does mineral water. Has a high concentration of minerals dissolved in it. But distilled water is supposed to be good for cleaning out the system, for helping pull impurities out of your body. So I try to use that. So that's it. Apple cider vinegar, a little bit of honey, a little bit of water. My measurements always vary. I just splash in a bunch. I'd say probably half an ounce or so of apple cider vinegar, half an ounce to an ounce, depending on my mood, and a teaspoon or so of honey. Mix it up. It's the way I like it. I don't always use honey. Sometimes during the day I'll just splash in some apple cider vinegar in a cup of water. But that's my normal mixture every night. If you do drink this a lot, you may want to rinse your mouth with baking soda and water, just as a rinse, because the apple cider will eat away at your teeth a little bit. So brush your teeth, you know, after drinking it, or you know, rinse with baking soda, which I always forget to do. So that's my drink. I've been drinking it for about 10 years on and off. I have a number of friends that also, you know, enjoy this drink too. So enjoy.